Hi, Mac Hyatt here. I see that you would like to know how to make a webinar, and I can definitely help you with that. I'll give you some different software and some techniques, but first it's probably good for you to get an overall picture. When you have a webinar, you want to have a reason for it, so it's something that kind of ties it through from beginning to end. And it may be to promote some type of event that you have coming up, or a product or a service. If it's a product or a service, it might be your product, or it could be another product, that someone else's product that you're representing as an affiliate. So you'd be called an affiliate. And then you want to have a plan. And it's probably best with your plan to start from the ending. What's your end result? Do you want someone to sign up for something? Do you want someone to buy something? And then move back from there. And then as part of your overall plan, you'll come up with when the date of your webinar. And you want to come up with kind of a catchy name or phrase about your webinar. And then as you start to promote it, you want to build a list. Maybe you already have a list that, of people that might be interested in it that you'll send stuff out to, and you'll do that with what they call an autoresponder. A good example of an autoresponder would be Aweber or GetResponse. Both of those are well-known tools, particularly in kind of the business side of things. And what they do is they automate the whole process, and then once you get people signing up, they join your list, and then you let your list know that, hey, your webinar's in a week, your webinar's in 3 days. Don't forget your webinar's coming up day after tomorrow. Webinar's tomorrow. Webinar's starting in an hour, and we're live. You know, all those types of things can be, you can set them up weeks in advance, and then they'll just, those messages will automatically be sent out there, and they'll remind people. And when you actually do your webinar, make sure that you're on a good computer, that it has a decent camera, good microphone, and a solid high-speed internet connection. You don't want to be chopped off and knocked off of the webinar partway through. It's pretty embarrassing. And also different software that you might use. You might, if you're going more of the free route, you look for something called Google Hangouts. Just go to Google and type out Google Hangouts webinar, and it'll give you several different options to get a hold of that and be able to set it up. Or you might go with something a little more automated or even sophisticated, something like GoToWebinar or Livestream or Ustream. All of those are good software packages for holding your webinar. And my suggestion to you would be that the first time that you have your webinar, pre-record it. It's enough stress to just do your webinar and to be, you know, maybe live for 5 minutes answering questions. But if you can have your video portion of your webinar, make it sound as if it's live, but pre-record it, maybe even record it a day or two before. And that way it kind of takes off the stress of the situation and the pressure, and then you can focus on more making sure that you have all the other aspects of your webinar all set up. And towards the end of your webinar, you want to have some type of call to action. Maybe you're calling them to sign up for this big event that you have coming up, or a product, or the service, and you're giving them a special price, typically to motivate them to act. That's kind of the whole purpose of a webinar, is you're getting them in a particular time frame to make some type of a decision, a buying decision. So you want to make sure that your buying mechanism, probably a button that leads to your shopping cart, is prominent, is easy to click on and to follow. And then once you make the sale, go ahead and follow up and build your list. Maybe you branch one list off into people that have actually bought this type of product from you, and another one that you still keep as a list to market to, and get people to come to future related webinars, or to sell to similar types of products that you would sell them to. And I hope that some of the things I've given you here are some help to you in how to make a webinar, how to hold a webinar, and if you're wanting to be much more serious in this whole area, I have a friend and colleague who his name is John Lavinia, and I think there's a picture of him and I together. And John, as with a couple of his other colleagues, has been really serious in the whole webinar area. They've actually made over $10 million holding webinars, and so they go into much more details. I just kind of went to the high level for you. Here's some of the basics, and I hope that some of the things that I provided for you can help you to be more confident in knowing what to look for and how to plan in making your webinar and having it. And if you want to get into more detail of actually how to monetize the whole thing, I can't stress how great the content that John and the folks here have. So anyway, all the best to you in your webinar, and good luck. Thanks.